Hi, welcome to She Spice. Katt, Williams and Monique uncover the secret bits of insight of Hollywood, talking about how Oprah might be playing a high-stakes game in Hollywood, with her sights set on 50 Cent. What's her definitive objective? We should make a plunge. Here we are with another out from the Katt Williams interview with Shannon Sharpe on Club Katt Williams has been causing disturbances, proposing that Oprah's impact isn't just about energy and strengthening. As per him, she's important for a strong tip-top circle, making things happen in the background. He guarantees this tip-top gathering has a covered-up plan, and anybody who remains against it could confront serious outcomes. And presently, he accepts 50 Cent is on Oprah's asking the local area to reconnect with their foundations and values. His message features the significance of mindfulness and pride in recovering valid personality. I missed it. Well, it was a 2.5-hour fragment I missed it on, so your remarkable explosion drew it out into the open. What's more, from that point, I started to get various sorts of yes news. Well, you understand what let me rule it for you, for the thing Feline said about Oprah. I couldn't say whether you saw this yet. Terrage P. Henson got it's moving to be in an aspect. It's never been better to believe it's going to be. It's Feline makes sense of that. Oprah's genuine power comes from her union with industry heavyweights like Steven Spielberg, and other central parts come up as a component of this network, which he depicts as expecting to control public accounts. This sort of impact Feline proposes has made Oprah practically distant, which could be terrible news for those like 50 Cent who have freely gone against her in the past. The most noteworthy thing drifting in 2024 imprint, the words not a chance and something else entirely domain of business. Oprah coming next. Oh, when I lay out this as a position of truth. Better believe it, goodness, no doubt. Watch, God's kin ain't that few. Ruler examining Oprah's new choices, Feline condemns her transition to reboot Purple, as indicated by him. The timing and content were rash, laying out a dull picture as opposed to inspiring stories, he figures. Oprah might be pushing a story that lines up with her world-class associations, instead of reflecting the ongoing age's longing for more positive portrayal. Evidently, Oprah is deciding to annihilate Katt Williams. She's had an extremely unpleasant month, to say the very least. And could I say that I'm simply I read a ton of your remarks in the last episode I did, and I was very blissful. Yet why 50 Cent Feline recommends that 50 pennies impact and insubordination make him an objective known. For testing the norm. 50 doesn't avoid getting down on industry players, and that is precisely why Oprah and her circle may view him as a danger in our current reality, where picture is everything. 50's candid nature could disturb the power equilibrium. Oprah and her companions are attempting to keep 50 KCF. You realize you wrote in your book about how Gayle once defied you about a fight with Oprah. Where do you presently stand with both of them now? Well, I like the two of them. I just said something. I said something about not understanding the reason why they were picking explicit individuals for me as well. Better believe it. The narrative since we got the president have those allegations. Nobody has a narrative on president, right? And all things considered, I thought Weinstein was greater than the different folks in amusement that we see there. Those different folks are simply simple casualties, which is good. All right, bravos, watch what happens. Revamp with Andy Cohen conveys late-night fun with stars from diversion legislative issues and pop culture known for intense discussions on style, and VIP news visitors like Tina Fey and Jennifer Lopez keep fans enraptured week by week, dazzled even in light of the fact that it's so essential to constantly remain in contact with what others are thinking. A decent 80% of you said for me, beside the way that Taraji may have gone off and said her thing to be extremely legit among me and you, we are burnt out on this discouraging story. It's been done previously, and when it was done, it was at its best. This ought to never have been made. Feline doesn't simply toss out claims, he backs it with models, he says. Oprah's command over Hollywood's tip-top network implies she could essentially influence somebody's vocation in the event that they challenge her, keeping in mind that generally in the industry wouldn't even consider it an option to cross her. Feline accepts. 50 Cent has proactively done as such, putting himself straightforwardly in the line of fire and a melodic of everything that is not for me. A ton of you said it. you could have done without the way that it was changed, and that it was not adjusted with the manner in which a ton of you are feeling today. You would rather not be discouraged. You try not to need to be what was the word that continued to come up damaged. You try not to need to be damaged. I needed to regard it, and I feel that you are right. I feel that it is extremely suitable to see that, as per Felice, Oprah's down isn't just about private games. It's tied in with solidifying a heritage and impact that traverses past her lifetime. By quieting voices that go against her, she can keep on controlling public insight. That's what Feline cautions on the off chance that 50 Cent doesn't fall in line. He could get himself boycotted from strong circles that maybe this was simply an excess of it says well much. It's anything but a cheerful film, and in light of the fact that Oprah is with a higher elites must be Steven Spielberg and so forth, she has a say also. It was extremely less than ideal to have changed this variety. Purple, it was extremely sick prompted. I don't have the foggiest idea why they thought that they ought to feel free to do another variety. Purple film in an endnote Feline makes it clear he doesn't trust Oprah is a through and through reprobate, but instead a strong player utilizing all instruments at her removal to safeguard her situation. And as for 50 Cent, his opposition may very well be the flash that upsets the equilibrium of power Oprah has kept up with for a really long time. Just time will uncover who emerges on top of Oprah. She's somewhat more established. She must be in line with the youthful ones out there. With the more youthful age, they need to see cheerfulness, variety, inspiration, and dark greatness. They need to see them accomplishing things. They don't need to see themselves curbed in that mom ho. Whether these cases are totally obvious, one thing is clear. The pressure in Hollywood is building. Oprah utilizing her leverage to keep certain voices calm, and will 50 Cent retaliate or confront the outcomes? Stay tuned as this story unfolds without fail. She made a notice to hip bounce culture. It was something amiss with it, and it was something on my album that was the biggest presentation in hip bounce. Oprah Winfrey has as of late been in the spotlight for every one of some unacceptable reasons. Ice Shape as of late uncovered that he's been prohibited from her show. In any case, fans have called attention to the fact that it was, as a matter of fact, 50 Cent who originally uncovered Oprah a long time back for what they consider her uncalled for treatment of individuals of color of all time who thought about what's behind the long-term quarrel between Oprah Winfrey and 50 Cent, while Oprah is generally celebrated. 50 Cent has consistently called her out, asserting she has a plan that many fans have presently begun to address. Is there more to Oprah's position, particularly towards dark male famous people, than meets the AR? We should jump into what 50 Cent has uncovered what's more, why he accepts Oprah has designated him and others while safeguarding white hunters. I'm not an African American. I'm an American goodness, young lady. Don't set Twitter on fire. I'm sorry, I know it's Soruler. What did you simply say? Stop the tape. The present moment Fitz's quarrel with Oprah has been progressing for a really long time, and he hasn't halted savaging her truth. Be told, he even named his canine after Oprah, and his feline later Oprah's BFF Gail Ruler. However, as amusing as 50 Penny is, 50 Cent previously got fans' consideration when he began calling out Oprah for her clear negligence for hip jump culture, while she has voiced reactions of the class throughout the long term. 50 Cent's guaranteed, Oprah's investigations are frequently uneven, just featuring negative viewpoints and staying away from the strong positive impact hip-hop has on networks. This dance has made fans keep thinking about whether Oprah's reactions go further than simply her viewpoints on music fans. Is he really talking to say that truth about Oprah having a plan against people of color? I've been avoided on Oprah. You know, on or better believe it, I've been prohibited. So what precisely did 50 Cent say about Oprah pursuing individuals of color? Does she truly have a plan? What's more, is that the way in which she made her progress. We should dive into it. There is a vivacious banter about Oprah's supposed associations to obscure figures in Hollywood. Fans are saying that Oprah got to where she is by undermining and taking advantage of dark performers years ago. 50 Cent even gave a not-so-unobtrusive gesture to his quarrel with Oprah by naming his canine Oprah and his feline Gail, referring to Oprah's nearby companion. Fans saw this as 50's silly approach to talking truth to control, demonstrating that Oprah's position wasn't simply an individual view on hip jump, yet possibly a more extensive predisposition against dark men craftsmen. This quarrel, which he energetically energizes, has become emblematic of his conviction that Oprah might have a plan focusing on compelling people of color. This thought has been coursing on the web for some time each day that I awaken. There is another proof to add to the Oprah heap, and it's beginning to blow my mind. No, it's truly difficult to be a lone wolf critic of one, however. What this? Subscribe She Spice for more videos.